Oh, is this going to a demo already? Okay, I think it's going to a demo. All right. Well, anyway, hey, happy Easter to everybody out there. This is the Retro Hangover Sunday stream, and in honor of the holiday, we are playing Jumping Flash for the PlayStation because it has rabbits, and that's the
Yes,
closest I could get.
there's bunnies galore, and we like to play games like Bunny.
That's right.
That's
I've
that.
never. So full disclosure, well, technically I played like 2 levels of this earlier today, but outside of that, I've never played this game before. So it should be interesting. If you're not familiar, it's you play a robotic rabbit, and it's like a first-person platformer where you can triple jump. So we're gonna see how that goes. 'Cause, because everybody knows how first-person platforming usually ends up.
I have never played this at all.
You gotta watch this intro though. This is important. This is some serious plot here. Oh shit, did they not show it? Or is it because I played before? Oh, I probably skipped it. Well, shit. Alright, I gotta fill in the very important plot. So, Baron Aloha, who is basically a dude in a Hawaiian shirt, is attempting to steal the planet so that he can turn it into a vacation resort. And you, the Robbit, your duty is to stop him.
Rabbit mon Dieu.
That's right.
What does that mean? Rabbit my what? What's
Mon Dieu? Like
mon
my
Dieu?
my god.
Ready to go?
Which is why I
Rabbit
don't
my
know how
God.
that makes sense. Is that like
Oh,
Japanese interpretation of like holy shit it's a rabbit? Like I don't know.
maybe.
Yeah, Lyle,
Uh,
it's basically that, yeah. It's just a bunch of
uh,
space golf courses.
that rabbit in the corner by the fine. Is that from Five Nights?
It is not, and I am offended that you would think so.
Oh, what's it from?
That's from Silent Hill.
Oh, okay. That would make sense. From the first one, because they have an amusement park.
Ish, yeah, yes and no. It's kind of it's a running thing throughout like the first at least 3 games, actually 4. I think the first 4. But yes, he is Robbie the Rabbit.
It's been a very long time. So,
Well,
very long.
that's okay because it may just be that we might be doing a podcast episode about Silent Hill sometime in the somewhat near future.
I mean, the scarier 2020 gets, we may not have for Halloween time.
That's true. We've decided we're just gonna skip Halloween this year. 2020 has been scary enough as it is.
2020's
Look at all this cash money. Oh god, don't fall off. So basically, you're like I said, you're oh, time up, shit. You're a Robo Rabbit. You can shoot lasers, and those things up in the left corner of the screen are like special weapons you can pick up along the way. And from what I have gathered, your whole purpose in each level is to just collect like the jet packs, which look like giant carrots. Oh, I'm sorry, jet pods. And that's it. And then you hit the exit of the level and you're done.
Yeah.
a lot of people like it.
I mean, it seems okay so far.
It was an early PlayStation title, very early. I think it was a launch. I don't know.
I think it was
around.
launched because I think there was some talk about it, like, initially being, like, a contender possibly for, like, the PlayStation mascot for a while. They were just like, yeah, Robbit. He's the mascot. Turns out people didn't like Robo Rabbits as much as they thought they would. That's Robbit, by the way. You can see there. He's only mildly horrifying.
Now, is Rabbit French for rabbit?
No.
What is French for rabbit?
I don't recall, but I know it's not Robbit. Oh shit, I got a time stop? Oh man, I'm all powerful.
I could see how this could be very disorienting.
Yeah. Especially with like the double and triple jump, he automatically just looks at his feet, which I get why, because you want to know like where you're gonna land or whatever. So I guess that's useful. But also, if you're not used to that, yeah, you get super disoriented. I'm also not 100% on why they decided this needed to be a first-person game, maybe, other than maybe to show off the PlayStation. I don't know.
I'm playing a bad game right now, Shane.
Shit. Oh yeah, what's that?
Dark Souls.
Cool. Well, I mean, it's okay to be wrong. I mean, just because you're terrible at it doesn't mean it's a bad game.
Bad game.
Okay,
I'll say this. I have to give it more of a chance, but the controls are just very unintuitive.
I mean, I will give you that. So if you've never played a Dark Souls or From Software game before, their control scheme is super weird to start out with, but once you get the hang of it, I don't know. I actually like it once I figured it out. It makes a lot of sense.
So here's how I got to the game. So here I am. I'm standing around. I chose a hunter. I don't know if that's...
Well, okay.
Because I tried asking my Dark Souls friends expert what the best class was, and he didn't respond. So I just chose hunter.
Uh-huh.
And
that sounds very rude of him to do that.
Very rude.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be bad at Dark Souls, I guess. So I chose a hunter, and then like you start out, and you go and you start out this area. I guess it's an asylum. It is an asylum.
Yeah.
And then you run, go around, and you find your little tutorial, semi-tutorial by little marks on the ground. And like, press this button to do this, press this button to do that. And so you're running around, and then all of a sudden you get into this room, and there's this big fat Metroid wannabe villain that starts attacking you.
Yep. And, that was a boss fight, by the way. That. Hope anybody watching got like. Oh well, you're not supposed to fight him.
Right. How are you supposed to know that?
Trial and error.
Yeah, just don't fight this thing that shows up. So I tried fighting him 3 times, and did not do very well.
Go, Robbit. Oh, we're going to the mandated pseudo-Egyptian area of every game. Great.
So I have to ask, is it possible to beat that boss?
Sup, Solemn? We're Chris is talking about how much he hates Dark Souls because it's a bad game.
It's a bad game. I'm not used to the controls.
Shit! I'm getting shot at.
Probably it might be a good game. So, has anyone beat that boss without getting the fucking...
Yes.
All the stuff?
It actually is possible, yes.
Okay, do you get anything special for it?
No. Other than, you know, prestige, clearly.
So, Solemn, okay, I'm sure it's fun, but when they map your attack button to the fucking R1 and R2, it's bad.
No, that's not bad. That's so good.
Or the entire thing, you're just supposed to roll around and just hope he doesn't hit you, and then hope you have enough time to recover to go over there and attack him.
Not without your shit. Like, you should just skip him and go directly to the left where the door is. Like, just don't even...
No, I did that eventually.
Okay.
I got my stuff.
Okay.
Yes. And I was able to... So, like, I get that, like, you're supposed to be able to...
Where the fuck is
fall
my
on him and do a bunch of damage. But there's a couple times, like, I pressed the R1 button at that time at the wrong time. So I just fell and didn't do any damage to him. And then I died because he hit me, and then he hit me again, and then he hit me again, without having any opportunity to get up. So, like, people said it's Nintendo hard.
I couldn't remember what you get. I don't know, Solemn will probably tell you. I guess you do get something if you beat him before you get all your stuff.
So like people said it's Nintendo hard. That's not true, because Nintendo hard, like games like Mega Man and Journey to Silius, I can pick those games up, and I can I know the controls. They're intuitive. I know what to do. Like here it's just like, yeah, fuck you.
Oh my god, I'm getting carpet bombed by something. Yeah, I mean, Lyle, that's what I was trying to tell them, you know? That's really what it is. You just gotta get good.
You get the demon's great hammer. Great for the demon's great hammer.
Oh, the great hammer, right.
So I'll just go back to playing Phantasy Star.
I mean, that's also fair. Phantasy Star's a good game.
Better.
Besides, I told you, like, well, I mean, we can't now because the fucking COVID or whatever, but, like, I super wanted to, I want to, like, actually be there to watch you play Dark Souls. Like, it is a rare treat to watch someone play Dark Souls for the first time, and I want to experience that.
I'll hold off, because I've only put, like, 30 minutes, so there's really not that much, so I'll wait.
Bonus level! I mean, I don't know, man. Like, if you want to go that far, I would actually almost say, like, Dark Souls 3. I think that has the most, that's the most refinement of the series as far as, like, controls and, like, everything. I would, if you were going to recommend that, I would almost say just do that.
Dark Souls 3.
Unless you're talking about, like, the hub system for 2 or whatever, but I don't know.
Okay, so we got a question. Have you played Doom Eternal yet?
Yeah.
No, I don't even own it yet because I'm one of those people that waits to buy it when it's cheaper.
Mm.
Not because it's not a good game, just, you know, because I've got a billion other games I need to play.
I haven't gotten, so I did get a new game, and as soon as I'm done playing Phantasy Star, I'm going to be playing that. I suck at first-person shooters. I stay away.
Too bad.
I'm sorry, Solomon Feta, but I am terrible at first-person shooters. That might be why I hate Dark Souls. I'm not used to using the R buttons as trigger buttons. So there's that. But I got Final Fantasy VII Remake, so I will be playing that after I play Fantasy.
Alright, well, if anybody happens to see one of my other jet pods anywhere, let me know, because I can't figure out where the hell they are right now.
I like how, like, jumping just seems to be so seamless.
It's surprisingly not that bad.
I've heard good things about the remake too, Solemn. Fortunately, I don't give two flying fucks about the plot. I don't care about the plot. I think it's incoherent and shitty anyway. So I heard that's the worst part about the game.
Ah, there's one. Oh, of course. The Easter Island statues in the Egypt level.
They're everywhere.
I gotta figure out what the deal with that is. We talked about that before. I don't know if it was on the podcast or maybe a stream, but it's so fucking weird to me that, like, games from, like, the early to late 90s or whatever had this, like, weird obsession with putting Easter Island statues in just fucking everything.
I think a specifically Japanese game.
I mean, I don't know, sure. It's weird. I don't know what the deal with that is. Alright, well,
And they had an
clearly...
obsession with France, too.
Yeah, apparently. Who is... Oh, you assholes are, like, carpet bombing me. I don't know what that is that I just did, but holy shit. That was amazing.
I'm trying to play Phantasy Star right now.
Where the fuck is my jet pod? I got like 5.5 minutes left to find it. Okay, yeah. We know
I need
where
to play
the
very.
exit is.
Yes, there was in the first like opening part, like the Easter Island head chases after you in Brave Fencer Musashi. That's correct.
See, there we go. Further proves my point.
Salam brought that up in our chat.
Yes, I see that.
I know. I'm saying for the posterity of the video, Shane.
Ah. Okay, that was a bomb. That's good to know.
I love how in this game, at this point in the game, in Phantasy Star, the one I'm playing, not the one.
Yeah. Yeah, great.
The cat has the strongest attack.
Yes.
Cats are like bunny, only more cat.
Wow. That's incredibly insightful.
Being deep.
That's why you just gotta... Oh, fuck, there's the jet pod. Good lord. About time.
I was wondering why... So Solemn said the Corona has stolen his soul by closing all the gyms. I was wondering why I wasn't seeing your workout videos. I didn't really think about that. I try to be, you know. I'm trying to get some peer-reviewed papers on
shit
cats and rabbits.
Okay, I need to... Is that enough height? No. Shit. Shit! Shit! That's fine. Falling off is... Oh my god. Wait, did that just reset everything? Do I have to do this again?
Might happen.
Oh my god, I have to do it all again. Okay, great.
Just do some HIT training and record yourself. See if that works.
Yeah, thanks, Lyle. It turns out it was a cliff.
Yes. You know what, Solemn? Just Solemn said he's not pretty enough to post selfies all the time. Solemn, you can make yourself pretty. There are ways. I don't necessarily advise it, but you can do it.
For legal reasons, I don't know if we can elaborate on that, but...
I'm not... I mean, for legal, I can elaborate all I want to, just... I don't know. It's probably wouldn't be the smartest thing to elaborate on.
Shit! Wouldn't that be great if this game had falling damage? That'd be awesome.
Don't tell them, what ways do I suggest,
Go for it.
Oh my god, I think I just took drugs.
What ways do I suggest? Use your imagination, and as long as it doesn't do anything that will hurt you, I'm sure that oh no, please! You broke ground with the shovel.
So I'm pretty sure
you can
there's
start with
another
some
one out here
makeup.
somewhere.
Like get start a makeup tutorial channel on YouTube, and I heard those are successful.
Nope, nope, nope. God. Okay, so the one thing I noticed is if you don't time your third jump just right, it just doesn't work. Which consequently is how I fell off the fucking edge of the world last time and have to do this all over again.
Did you end up losing a life too?
I think so. Yeah, I did, because I think I had 4.
Free time.
Okay, what the fuck? Everything just went like sepia.
Is everyone really on TikTok? I don't understand TikTok. Yeah, I am the boomer. Me too.
We're too old for that. I don't know what that is. I mean, I know what it is, but I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I'm older than 25, so I'm definitely too good. I don't even think my kids know what TikTok is, and I'm kind of happy about that.
I say that's probably for the best.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure my youngest one, if he knew what TikTok was, he probably would start doing the weird videos. Like, I know what it is. But like those 30-second videos, he'd probably be doing, like, whipping his schlong out and covered in soccer. Like that.
Oh, God.
And I'd have to stop him. And, so I'm happy.
It'd just
I'm
be a
happy
whole
he doesn't
thing.
have
All right, there we go. Stage clear. Holy crap. Yeah, apparently that's what we should do. We should just be, I don't know, we should be promoting on the TikTok. Apparently that's where all the kids are.
So
But also, I feel like that's the other thing, right? Is like, do any of the kids actually give a shit about like retro games? Like, is that a thing? I don't know.
Right, but anyway, yeah, okay, Solemn, thank you for joining us while you did. I really appreciate it. It sounds like he's taking off. It's nice to see you again.
Oh yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate you stopping by.
I know it's been a little bit quiet on the Giga Discord server. I'm pretty sure it looks like that game's getting it's getting close to completion, so I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about as that game comes close. And we hope you do well. We hope you do well during the quarantine as well. Of course, we hope everyone is doing well during the quarantine, but especially the people who come and watch us, because you know.
What am I getting hit by? What the fuck? Oh my god. Some bullshit.
Well, thanks, Solomon. We really do appreciate it. And,
Free time.
yeah, same here. Yeah, we really do appreciate it, man. Showing up.
Absolutely. What is blocking me? What in the fuck?
I'm glad
Oh.
to hear that. No cut in hours or pay. That's really awesome. Wait, when did you switch to Doom?
I know, right? I was just kind of thinking that.
What game? Oh, this came out.
Egypt Doom. Well, we really appreciate it, man. We always like the support. Like to talk to you. Glad to hear everything's doing well, especially with all the shit going down right now.
Free to go. Danger.
God, I'm gonna die. These stupid fucking nut shooters or whatever they are. Ah, check out my laser beams.
Speaking of laser beams, I just got a laser shield. Fancy.
Well, about fucking time. Just throw that on Noah since that's the best thing he's gonna get.
You mean Odin?
No, I mean Noah.
What's a nut shooter, Solemn?
It's these red motherfuckers that keep hitting me with their nuts.
I should probably.
I mean, I did. I just told you. You know exactly what they are.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
thank
that's
God.
your mom.
An HP
She knows
charge.
too.
Yes, get to the exit, because fuck this level.
All right.
Oh shit! No can equip it.
Yeah, laser shield's like the only shield that Noah can equip. It's also the best thing he's gonna get for that slot, too. Alright, later, Solemn. Have a good night, man.
Later. Take care, man. I'll see you around in Giga or back over here.
Ready to go?
Oh god. It's the boss. I don't know what it is, but it's a boss.
Boss.
The boss hog. What if I just bounce on top of this motherfucker? Yeah, okay. I have found this to be an actual valid strategy for both bosses so far. If you can just bounce on top of them and shoot them, they can do nothing about it. Pro strats right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Jump on top of it.
It's probably terrible to look at, though, so I apologize, but it's effective.
You know what?
Boom!
For like a launch window PlayStation game, this doesn't look horrible. It just looks like a tad worse than Mega Man Legend.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I still think it's weird that they decided to go with a first-person perspective, but I guess it works.
Well, you have to remember that was the thing. That was Doom.
I guess that Robo Bunny game's got to get in on that sweet Doom action.
They didn't know back then, man. Like, they were just going with trends. What was the best thing to do with polygons other than a fighting game? Was first person. This is kind of neat. No one really knew how to make a platformer yet.
I keep like collecting all this money and I don't know what to do with it. I don't know if it's just for points or if like I can actually use it at some point. I mean, for what it's worth, like, the fact that you can triple jump is pretty cool. You get some real, like, you can get some real height on this. That guy's shooting missiles at me. What the fuck? Rude, sir. Rude.
So rude.
Oh, look, it's a little
Twitch has
choo-choo
been having-
train.
Twitch has been having problems for me. Is anyone else say, Lyle, have you been having problems with Twitch? Because I was on a Twitch stream the other day, and that's how I got my copy of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Because I got it from Steve Might Plays Twitch channel. I'm not to say his name because that's kind of rude.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna jump up here, and I want you to look at the way this ground is, and tell me what you think it looks like.
Bunch of stars.
What does that look like to you?
Where?
I just jumped like 3 times. Oh god, I almost fell right the fuck off. And I fell right the fuck off. Yes, that is correct, Lyle. That's what I thought too. It looks like a Star Wars Rebel crest.
Oh shit! I just caught up. That's why I said my truth like really lagging. Yeah, it does. Or you could say it looks like the crescent moon and the symbol of Islam.
That was gonna be the other option. Yes, I was gonna stick with Star Wars, but yeah, you know.
Why? Do you have something against Islam, Shane?
No, I don't. I just like, you know, felt like it was
as far as I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna stop.
So I just felt like it was a safer bet to maybe just stick with Star Wars. I don't know.
Okay. Lyle says yes, but I'm a nerd first. I don't want to know, Lyle.
Wait. Oh, okay. Yes, it looks like that. I was like, wait, yes, you have a problem with it? Like, what? I'm confused now.
I didn't think that would be the case, but you know, I'm not
Make it-
asking.
make
I'm just
it-
gonna say
Ooh.
that's what you meant. We're good. So they're talking about feeding a cat a nut and it turns into a giant thing. Are they talking about Meow? I'm gonna have to feed Meow something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does he stay in your party and he becomes like a monster like that?
Let's just say that it's plot relevant. That's the only time that it matters.
Lyle, I know I was just being terribly mean, and I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry. That is an asshole.
It's incredibly insensitive. Oh my god. Trying to like match this up is interesting. Okay, I got one jet pod left. I have now. Oh my god, I have missiles flying at my face. I have no idea where it is. I'm assuming the exit is over there, near that castle down yonder. But where could another jet pod be? Oh, fishy, 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 fish. Oh, I'm guessing it's probably way the fuck out there. No, wait a minute. No, that's the bonus level. All right, hold on. We can do this. We just gotta use the... Oh, shit, 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 shit. Oh my god. Oh, that was close. Whoo, boy. Okay, no, that's fine. There's another rebel crest over there. That's because that's what that is. That's what we're going with. Bonus level.
Rebel crest.
Bonus. Give me all that sweet coinage that I don't know what it's for. Oh god. Nope. Hit the balloon. There you go. I feel like the collision detection to actually collect these coins is like really bad.
Alright, I'm actually gonna pay attention to playing. I can't.
So I'm curious, like, why did you decide to go with like original, like painfully grindy mode of Phantasy Star when you could just play the Sega Ages version, which is like 1,000 times less painful?
I had a feeling that if you were playing it and I could play it, that we could probably do an episode on it. And I wanted to play the whole thing knowing what the genuine experience was, so I could actually say what it may have been like playing it back in the day. Even though it's not really that way, just because you do have the maps, and that does really change the way the game is played. Like, totally. There's some items that are absolutely worthless in Phantasy Star because you do have the map.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I told you, I was very happy to play it that way because without the map, like and listen, I was having this discussion with Brianna about this too, where like if I was playing Phantasy Star back in the day, like when I was a kid, that would have probably totally been my jam because like I would have been the kid that would have busted out like some graph paper and a notepad and just like drawn every single dungeon in that game, which by the way, you basically would have to do if you wanted to know where the fuck you were going, especially the very last dungeon in the game, because holy shit.
The game encourages you to do that. If you have you tried using the item compass, the compass item?
No, because I didn't need to.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
so when you use the compass item, all that the compass item does is it tells you which cardinal direction you're facing.
Sure.
So that tells me the entire intent of the compass is that you can play the game with graph paper.
Mm-hmm. And that's fine, because like I said,
yeah,
I would have
not...
totally done that, but like now,
right.
I would not do that now.
No. I almost thought about, like, because I have a physical copy of it. Of course I do. And,
yeah, of course you do.
There's the X. Yes.
Ready to go?
I'm gonna refresh this page. For some reason, it's switching out. But I'll close that thought out real quick before I tell my kids to go to bed. I have a physical copy of the game, and I was actually thinking about getting some graph paper, soldering in a new battery because it won't save. And having that on the Switch is actually a big godsend because I don't have to do that. I don't have to do any of that because I have the map on the side of the screen. It's going to take me much more of a shorter time to beat the game, even when it's grindy, because I don't have to draw a map. So,
Free time.
I'm very thankful about that aspect of it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Pretty sure some purists out there will be upset, but I really don't care because it's not that the game's unplayable. It's just time has moved on so much further from that era that things like that aren't just attractive anymore without graph paper. to play with graph paper.
So here's the thing, even with the auto map that the Sega Ages version does, basically the last big dungeon of the game is such a fucking maze that I still had to look up like a map that someone made of it with all of the exits, like the staircases numbered, and I had to write down a sequence of numbers on a napkin to figure out how to properly navigate that dungeon. And that's even with an auto map. Like, I couldn't imagine of doing that back in the day.
Like, we should probably hold on to a lot of these thoughts for a full-blown episode, because we're almost making an episode right now.
I suppose that's true, yeah. Oh shit, I saw where that jetpack was. It's like over there somewhere.
By the way, we do have a special guest that won't be on our next episode, but the episode after that. And he is also a big Phantasy Star guy. He actually played it back in the day when it was new.
Oh, well. There you go. Well then, if we end up doing a Phantasy Star episode, then we'll have to have him back on.
Well, hopefully we don't offend him too much, because there's always that risk.
I mean, I suppose. I don't know.
Alright, I'm gonna go tell my kids to go to bed real quick, and hopefully that will increase the quality of my...
Stop playing the Fortnites!
They've moved on from that. Actually, Christian's playing a Wii game on the Wii U like every good child should.
I'm sure it makes his father proud.
It does. He's playing Super Paper Mario.
Nice.
And it looks really... I forgot how nice Wii games look on the Wii U because of the smaller resolution. But I'll be right back.
Shit, I gotta figure out a way how to get back up there. Alright, stand on the mushroom tip. It's a good start. Oh god. Okay, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Is that gonna give me enough height? I don't know, I can't tell. Okay. Maybe I should just follow that. I already killed you, giraffe. Of course, that's gonna knock me back there. Alright, well, then I'm gonna go here so that I can then do this and land here. Aha! Success. Okay, first of all, listen, you bee-looking motherfucker. I don't need to take none of that from you. Woo! It's like Rainbow Road if it was an escalator. Fuck. That bee is gonna totally fuck up my jump. I can tell. Yeah, the jet pod is over there. I can see it. I believe they are space whales. Yes, Lila, I think you're correct. Oh god. No! What the fuck? Oh! I didn't even move! Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yep. That first person platforming. It's really good. It's really good. It's really good. Like, listen, if this isn't something that even Half-Life could pull off really well, this fucking game sure is not gonna either. Why couldn't this be like third person? I just feel like that would be so much better. Give me that jet pod. Alright, part of it I think was my mistake because like I'm using my analog stick for movement, which technically wasn't a thing at that point, and so my emulator kind of makes it like I like do like mouse look to move kind of a deal with it. And I think that's how like I turned to look with a stick and I just moved forward and fell right the fuck off. I should be using my D-pad when I want to look but not move. Which is a very long way of saying like I done fucked up. Listen, B, or whatever you are. Just fly into my laser. Thank you.
Back, back, back.
Well, you missed me accidentally falling off the ledge, so that's fun.
There are no accidents.
Only happy accidents, happy mistakes, or whatever the fuck that Bob Ross shit is.
I don't know.
Okay, I think I got this one.
There are no, yeah. There's no accidents. There are only failure.
There's only abject failure. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, what? No, I want. Oh no. How do I get off? How do I get off this thing? I'm like, it's right behind me. Like, I know the fucking carrot is right behind me. Oh my god, this is the worst.
Oh wow, that's making me sick.
Yeah.
Can't jump or anything?
Oh, it's right in front of me! It's right there! Oh my god, this is the worst.
Can you turn around and like walk towards it?
No, you have to apparently... Oh, and I fell off. Cool. I would like to thank the asshole game designer that thought that that was a good idea.
Apparently you do.
It's fine. It's fine. I wanted to go
It's
all
what
the
my
way
friend
back
told me
around.
earlier today when I was having problems with Dark Souls. He's told me to get good.
And that is good advice.
Yeah.
Also, to answer your question, the best, well, this is sort of subjective, but general rule of thumb is the best way to like build your character if you wanted an easier time getting through Dark Souls is to like kind of go with a heavy armor, big ass shield, and a two-handed weapon. That's the build that's gonna like probably give you the easiest time to get through it.
So, a knight or a warrior?
So starting class tends to mean a little bit less than you'd think. I think warrior's probably fine. I'm trying to remember what I started with. I'd have to look at my like save file again. One of the things you can do is do kind of like a cleric knight hybrid where you just start with the starting class of cleric and then you basically do the heavy armor like build, but also you kind of mix in a few cleric spells like the Sun Lance or whatever it's called and like a healing spell and stuff, which makes it a little bit easier. But
So, what can hunters do? 'Cause I'm a hunter.
fucking I don't remember, man. I never used the hunter starting class. I mean, so the starting classes, if I recall correctly, basically just kind of like give you different stat distributions for the most part.
Yeah.
So that's why I said like ultimately it's not as big of a deal because you can balance that out just by leveling up anyway. But all right, you asshole carrot. Shit. Oh my god, this sucks.
Do you want me to look this up and figure out?
No, I think it's literally just a matter of timing the jump. Got it. I got it. Whew. Well, that was
wow,
dumb.
like you you can't move at all, can you?
No, you can't. That's the thing. Where the fuck is the exit? Oh, it's over there. Great. Alright. Well, I guess the easiest thing to do would just be to use this again.
So my question is, do you have to double or triple jump?
You don't have to, no.
I wonder if I do want to get this game because it's a PlayStation long box.
Yes, I did notice that when I imported it into my launch box.
There's something sexy about the PS1 long box. I love the long boxes.
Those long, strong boxes.
Free time.
Resi 1 was a long box as well. Twisted Metal, Street Fighter Alpha. I used to have a couple of them. The boxes were shit. I have a couple of them now. And the weird thing is, like, there's even different variants of long box. There's the cardboard ones and the Sega CD ones, which is funny because Sony actually... I don't remember if we covered this in our PlayStation episode. But Sony ordered a bunch of... the reason that there's a lot of long boxes, like the plastic ones, the reason they're similar to, like, Sega Saturn cases and Sega CD cases is because they are. They ordered them from Sega.
Okay. What the fuck is this? Oh my god. What is happening? Apparently I'm fighting a teacup boss. I have no idea. And somehow I'm getting bounced up in the air. I don't know what's happening right now. Well, the bounce... Oh, okay, I can break the teacups. That's good to know.
Small world after all.
Well, turns out the bouncing on top of the boss strategy is still effective. So I'm gonna be going with that.
Still in play.
Ah, I just shattered your face, motherfucker. Oh, how you like that? Oh, that shoots spines. That's great. You know, you just don't see this kind of creativity in video games anymore, where you have a clown head coming out of a coffee cup, shooting fucking Superman 64 rangs at you.
So what's Cuphead?
Well, it's certainly not that. I can tell you what. Well, you know what? That free time's actually useless right now, because he's not out of his stupid cup, so thanks for that. I'm gonna hit those rings. Ah, shit.
I do think
Oh my God.
creativity in video games is still alive, though. It's still there. There was a time it wasn't, back when we were recording in 2014. I'll stand by it. That back in 2014, 2015, the video game market was like absolute shit. It's just a doldrum of everything being the same.
I'm sorry, what, you mean you didn't want a bunch of, like, brown and gray Gears of War clones?
Yeah, you're right. I should have thought about that. That's probably, yeah.
Oh my god, it's the Swole Genie in his teacup of destiny. I just look at this shit. This is pro fucking jumping flash strat right there. Every boss, just jump on top of them until they die.
This reminds me of River City Girls in a way.
Somehow the boss
Which,
fights
by the
are
way, if
easier
you're
than
a
levels.
16-bit tier patron, you'll be able to hear my rapid fire of River City Girls.
Yes, at some time in the future.
Yes.
That sweet Robert cutscene. Hey, Chris, you should do some internet Sherpaing for me for a second and find out how many worlds are in this game.
I will make a divine calling for a second.
Yes, please do. Commune with your spirits.
It's a good day to do that, apparently. They're all coming back to life.
It is. It's true. So cool. All right, here's our... Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm gonna hate everything about these 3 levels. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the required ice level that's in every fucking game.
Oh, no.
Along with the slippery physics in a first-person platformer.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna hate life for the next, like, half an hour now.
So there are 6 worlds.
Okay, so I'm on World 4, so we're already halfway
almost done
done with
with
this game.
Yes, we are. I love early PlayStation games, too, because they are so...
I mean, Oh, look at the little snowman with the Baron Aloha sign. Mocking me.
It's funny that you talk about Gears of War clones, because maybe Gears of War does need to be talked about today.
Huh, that's interesting. Perhaps you're right. Yeah, that's right. Fuck you, penguin. And apparently a crab for some reason. Oh, is it because it's a snow crab? I get your joke, developer.
What's a snow crab?
You're a snow crab. Shit.
I'm a snow crab. Why am I a snow
Oh my god, this slippery stuff sucks. You slide off of shit even if you're not moving.
Oh! Dungeon is snow crab. Haha, I get it. Okay. I don't know why I didn't even... Okay.
Look at this troll ass fucking carrot. They put it right on the edge of the world so that they knew you'd try to slide right the fuck off.
Did you just club a seal to death?
I may have. You don't know. Maybe he had it coming.
Terrible.
Come on, make that jump. Ah, you fucking suck. You're the worst, Robbit.
He is Robert Mondier.
What the hell? Okay, how do I... Who the fuck is shooting me? Fuck off. I got shit to find. I ain't got no time for you and your crabs. What is that? Is that what's hitting me? Okay, I need to somehow make it all the way up there. Oh, this might be it. Oh god. If I don't fall off first. Yeah, no shit danger. I'm gonna die. Make it to the cabin. Oh, that's health. Give me the health. Give me that health. Yeah. That's right, bitches. Okay, well that's the exit, so I guess at least I know where that is. Oh god, almost fell off. Yes, I know, I still have a jet pod left. Go away. Let me hit up this bonus stage, see what the deal is here. Ha-ha! Heck yeah. I'm gonna blow up all
like
these
Sonic
balloons.
Ring. That reminded me of Sonic 3.
Oh, so also speaking of Sega Ages stuff, I went and picked up the Sega Ages version of Space Harrier on my Switch today for like $3.99.
I'm really thinking about getting that.
That game
I
is
love
hard.
Space Harrier. It is very hard. I have the good thing about, so I have the Sega Master System version. I have the Turbo, well, the PC Engine version because I have it for the PC for that Turbo Graphics. It's essentially the same thing, but whatever, it's like Famicom. But the good thing about the Sega Master System version is that it's slower and has the exact same patterns that the arcade version does. So if you can master the Master System version of it, it'll help you get better at the arcade.
I see. Okay, so that's where the other jet pod is. How the fuck do I get up there? Listen, you son of a bitch. Stop shooting me with that stuff. I'm gonna kill this crab instead. Out of vengeance.
I would really like to see Sega come out with Sega Ages of Phantasy Star 2 because that game sucks.
See, I actually heard from, well, not from, you know, the internet, that, like, Phantasy Star 2 actually improved on the first one in a lot of ways.
It did improve on a lot of ways. It did. But it's one of those games that Sega released with a full strategy guide with the game.
Oh, great.
Like a half strategy guide with the game.
One of those.
Just because, yes. Like, it came with it.
I mean, to be fair, like, even... I had to look up some shit to finish the first one also, so...
Well, the first one was very much a product of that era.
Right. Ah, fuck.
Like Phantasy Star 2 doesn't have first-person dungeons anymore.
Oh, that's a bummer. That's actually, like, my favorite part.
Right. So, like, you have to think, like, that's the thing about Phantasy Star 1 is it was really borrowing heavily from, like, Wizardry.
Or, like, Ultima.
As most RPGs were. Wizardry and Ultima. But,
yeah.
you know, like, Final Fantasy went the Dragon Quest direction, and Phantasy Star 1 went more of the straight Wizardry direction.
Yeah.
And then Phantasy Star 2 went more with Dragon Quest, because that was the thing.
That's a bummer. I actually really like those, like, Ultima style, like, old school first-person dungeon crawls. That's actually why I really liked, the fuck was it called? Legend of Grimrock. That's a really good game.
Yeah, I need to play that game. I have it. I think I have the sequel, too. It's really good. Yeah,
see, I didn't like the sequel. Okay, here's the thing. It's not that I thought the sequel was bad. I thought that the first one... With a first-person, like, tile-based sort of dungeon crawler, first-person like that, having a more, like, contained area makes more sense. And that's why the first Legend of Grimrock was all within just one sort of dungeon that you just went through the different levels of. The second one tried to do an open world with that first-person dungeon crawling sort of aesthetic, and man, I don't know, I felt like I got lost too often. Like, I don't know, I wasn't a huge fan of it.
Have a good night, Lyle.
Alright, later, Lyle. Thanks for hanging out, man. I'm gonna see if I can finish this game since we're getting kind of close.
So, like, how you feel about Legend of Grimrock is kind of how I feel about Diablo and Diablo 2.
Okay, in that what, you prefer the first one because it's like a smaller scope?
It's more self-contained, yes.
I mean, I could see that. Yeah.
And by no means am I going to suggest that Diablo 1 is a better game than Diablo 2. It's just my personal preference, and I'm aware of that.
No, but, like, I could see what you're saying, though. Like, I think, and this is probably heresy to some people or whatever, but, like, if I had to guess, I think I've actually gone back and, like, played Diablo 1 more often than I have gone back and played D2, and it's actually for that reason. How the fuck do I get out of here?
Oh, by the way, what sound did you use for Phantasy Stars? Use the FM or did you use the PSG?
I use the FM.
The PSG. Like, I like the tunes, but the sound effects are awful.
Yeah, no, I actually really, well, again, we're basically making an episode here, but, like, I actually really enjoyed the soundtrack for the game, with, like, one exception. I thought oh, there's a door. Okay, weird. Oh, it's an elevator. Okay. The final boss, well, not final boss, but the boss battle with Lassic, his boss theme was terrible.
So, like, if you play Phantasy Star 2, I hate Phantasy Star 2's music.
Yeah.
A lot of people like it. I can't stand it. Kind of same with Phantasy Star 3. Phantasy Star 3 is kind of the black sheep. I think it's getting a reputation for aging a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just weird. It's very slow. It's not like the other ones until much later. and it kind of ties into the other Phantasy Stars in a really roundabout way. Again, from what I understand, because I haven't played the full version, but it just kind of pulls appropriately a rabbit out of its hat, and says, "Oh, this is how everything's connected." Aha! But Phantasy Star 4 is a fucking masterpiece.
So that is also what I've heard, actually. If I was gonna go and play another Phantasy Star, apparently it should be that one.
Yes.
Oh my god. I'm on fucking drugs and invincible. It's basically meth. Woo!
You got that Middleburg juice.
Hell yeah!
Also, I want to see if they were saying like Phantasy Star Online 2 is going to be free to play, and I'm very excited about that. I would love it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd been hearing about that. Also, like, it's weird because it's, I mean, PSO2 has been out in Japan for like a long ass time now.
Like 8 years.
Yeah, and
it's almost it'll almost qualify for an episode.
Well, right. So the thing is, from what I've heard, they're porting it over to a global version, but they're not really making any changes to it to like kind of update it to match, like, you know, current MMO standards. So it feels like this very weird, like, relic of a different time. And plus, when you're getting like all that free to play like garbage injected into it, I'm not sure if that's, I don't know how that's gonna turn out, but apparently you can still play the original PSO on the Dreamcast, like, with some modifications.
You need a broadband adapter, and you need the ability to connect to other servers. I do not have a broadband adapter for the Dreamcast, and they are very, very expensive.
Yeah.
I'm not that much into the Dreamcast. I'm sorry. I think you can do it with the GameCube too.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of the same story. Like, that's not why I have these systems. I don't want to play online with them. As much as I loved playing online, like, I put hours and hours and hours in Phantasy Star Online back in the day. Loved that game, but
This just brought me back.
not
to
worth
where
it today.
Was. I don't know. I mean, we talked about this before too, where like I feel like MMOs for me are like a really hard sell these days, just because like I don't have the time to sink into that like I used to.
Well, right now we have the time.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing though, is like also it's kind of like a value proposition for your time, right? Like if you have the time to play something, do you want to play an MMO where it really never actually ends, or do you want to like begin, play, and complete potentially several other video games in that same amount of time?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I'm not a completionist either, is because I want to beat the game. Like, I want to get, if like once I'm beat with the game, if I'm satisfied at that point, I don't need to play it anymore.
Well,
I'm ready
apparently
to move on to something new.
apparently even the completionist is thinking about not being so much of a completionist anymore either.
I saw that as well.
Yeah. Which, honestly, I can't really blame him, man. Like, Jesus, like,
No.
what was he trying to do? He was trying to do, like, 100% completion of Persona 4 or 5?
5.
5, and he's, like, something like 400 hours or something.
So, no, I completely sympathize with him, and I would, as long as you got all the, like, trophies, that for me would say you completed it, and I don't think what the technical completion of that game is what you would get all the trophies. You would platinum the trophy well before you technically completed it.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem is that in order to technically complete it, like
Right.
you have to complete everything, you would need to get all the items from all the waifus, and there's a lot of waifus. So in order to get that item, you need to beat the game. So the game itself, so I think I beat the game the first time is a little over 100 hours, and the second playthrough is a lot faster,
Mm-hmm.
but you're still gonna put in like 50, 60 hours each playthrough minimum,
Ready to go?
just because of the amount of dialogue and the amount of things you have to do. So that's what he's saying.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's
Especially,
way too
well,
much.
especially with his schedule, right? Because he was saying he tries to finish a game like every week or something.
He has to. I mean, he's made that for himself. So that's
Right.
probably why you don't have like a Xenoblade episode.
Yeah.
Because the Xenoblade, like I like as soon as he started his channel, I was like, you need to do a Xeno. Well, as soon as I discovered his channel, I was like, you need to do a Xenoblade episode. But I didn't complete Xenoblade fully. A lot of people haven't, obviously.
Yeah.
But I put 110 hours in Xenoblade. It's just there's so many RNG elements to Xenoblade that completing it is a massive pain in the ass. Because I was thinking about doing it because I loved it. Like I still love Xenoblade. Xenoblade is way up there in my top whatever of all time. It's a glorious, fantastic, beautiful, amazing. And if you haven't played on the Wii, I highly recommend that you go out and try the definitive version coming out. Just because it is that good of a game. Nintendo's not fucking paying me to say that. I wish they were, but it's that good of a game. But there are points that you have these fetch quests. It's like MMO fetch quests. That'll be, you know, hey, get this item. But the only way you can get this item is if you kill certain enemies and they have like a drop rate that might be low. So, like I remember looking for an item to complete a quest, and I think I killed like hundreds of these fucking things, and I didn't even get the item I needed. With the frequency in order to complete the quest, I just gave up on it. It's like, this is fucking dumb.
I say that sounds like MMO drop rates.
Right. But like in an MMO, I guess like you're still gaining something towards an ultimate goal of some sort, right?
Yeah.
Which is just kind of floating around and just getting more powerful and just being a douche or a dude. I don't know. But in Xenoblade, there's an end. It ends. You can just go and you can beat the game. Like, here you go.
Right.
So it's like this isn't worth it. This isn't worth my time. I'm just gonna move on. Have you played Xenoblade?
Are you talking about Xenoblade Chronicles or?
Yes.
No, I have not. And I'll be honest with you, like, I've heard nothing but good things about it. I mean, from you especially, but just in general. But the time investment has actually been the thing that's been kind of keeping me away from it.
And I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you. But then again, how many hours did you sink into Kingdom Hearts?
I mean, we don't really need to talk about that. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, I'd have to look, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Oh god, I almost fell off. Why am I bouncing on this? What the fuck?
I don't know.
But I don't think it was as much as I would have to put into Xenoblade.
Yeah, as long as you don't want to complete Xenoblade is about an 80 to 90 hour game. It's still a long game. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, I don't remember off the top of my head, but if I had to ballpark, I want to say I've probably got a good 50 or 60 hours into Kingdom Hearts 3.
But I mean, if you're ever gonna play it, now is kind of the time to do it.
Yeah.
And fortunately, like if you don't want to get the definitive edition, which will come out for like $60 soon, like the Wii game it's like a $20 game now, from what I understand, what I've seen. It was at one point like an $80 game because GameStop was being shocker, and and they were kind of controlling the market on the game itself. And then saying they miraculously found new copies, and then they would sell them for like $75 per store. It was disgusting.
Oh, yeah, the Disney Vault strategy. Yeah, there you go.
So they say they were new games, but they weren't the shrink wrap anymore. They put them out on the shelves as new.
It was really fucking weird. Yeah, they were manipulating the market, Blade. And they got. So now, like, there was a time, yeah, Xenoblade was $75 for a copy, and now it's you can get it for like on the Wii, easy. And I think that's for the best. You know, it's better if more people get to play it.
Oh, you son of a bitch! Oh, that was bullshit.
Get ready.
I jumped into one of those fucking
Oh no!
dragonfly things. No, it's fine. I wanted to play the whole level over again. Why not?
Why not?
Okay, so for what it's worth, as much as I was saying that first-person platforming is not always the best, like, I have to kind of give this game credit that it actually pulls it off surprisingly well.
Yes. I mean, all things considered, this was pre-Mario 64. People still didn't know what they were quite doing yet in terms of making a 3D platformer. So, I give them all the credit in the world.
Yeah. I think the triple jump mechanic definitely makes this a lot better. Like, you have actually a pretty good amount of control over, you know, your trajectory and how you're going to land and everything, so...
I like how you get to shoot Japanese construction, by the way. That's,
Yep.
why? I don't... Okay.
Because they
Something.
drop items, I don't know.
So what's your thoughts on getting the FF7 remake?
Oh, I want to get it. I just... Oh, this was a bad idea. This was a bad idea. I regret everything. Shit! I think that was my last life. Oh, nope. Just kidding. Okay, never mind. No, I'm gonna get it. I still have the demo installed on my PS4, and I have yet to actually fire it up.
So, Cade from the Gaming Memories podcast, which we did an episode on recently.
Yes.
A few weeks ago. Went on a giant rant on
Oh.
one of our posts. I don't remember if it was yours or mine. Well, the Retro Hangover one or mine. About how Final Fantasy VII, the remake, was an abomination.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Free time.
Well, he was saying it
And,
because it throws out, like, a bunch of the pre-established, like, canonical lore or whatever.
And I know what he's talking about. I don't want to talk about it because it is spoiler. It is heavy spoiler thing. It's a spoiler discussion. It's a spoiler point. And I get what he's saying, but I just don't care.
That's fair, yeah.
Anyone who's mad, he says he's having a good time. He said he canceled the pre-order and everything like that. He got really mad, but apparently he's playing it because I got another response on another one of my feeds saying that he's up and playing it. So apparently he did get it, even though he canceled his pre-order.
Well, even on that, like, a little rant that he posted, he still said that, like, he was playing it and enjoying the hell out of, like, the combat and everything, so...
Yeah, that was a separate post, though.
Oh, okay.
That was a different post. But that's what I'm referring to. Is that on one post he said he was canceling his pre-order, and the next one he said he was enjoying the combat. So that's what it looks like. From the gameplay I've seen, the gameplay looks really solid. The graphics look gorgeous. I've seen the graphics in action, and it does enhance a lot of the themes and the ideas that I didn't, for me at least, were fully realized in Final Fantasy VII, just because of the graphical limitations. No fault on the actual developers themselves, but they were just limited in what they could and couldn't do. And you get to see it a lot more accurately in the remake. So I think that's great.
So would you say that the remake has done an alright job of, like, actually fleshing out the plot points of the game, or...?
And that's where I don't want to get into it.
Okay.
Talk about plot points. It has some very divisive ideas
Hmm.
about what it's doing
I
and
see.
how it's doing it.
Great.
And again, I don't really want to get into it because it's a spoiler point.
That's fair.
And this game has only been out for like a couple days.
Right.
But I mean, a lot of people are angry about how it's approached it, about what it's doing, and how it makes this one in relation to the original. And again, I don't care because I feel bad for people who never played it and were looking to get something with with like really good graphics. What I don't feel bad about are the people that since 2006, when the game wasn't even 10 years old yet, when that demo came out of the Final Fantasy VII PlayStation 3 render video. I think that was in 2006. And ever since then, they were screaming that the game needed a remake, and if Square didn't make a remake, it was betraying its fans. And how could they not see that this would make them money? And they demanded it, and needed to be there now. Well, now you're getting what you deserve. You're getting exactly what you deserve, because those are the people who are angry right now. You got it. You got exactly what you asked for. So
Speaking of that, because that was a oh my god, that fucking bug almost fucked me. I swear to god, if you bounce me down onto the ground into the fucking pit again. No, did you see that apparently there is more talk about there being an RE4 remake?
Yeah. I remember I shared an article with you about how one person doesn't want it, and it's split. There is a split. A lot of people don't want Capcom to remake RE4 because RE4 is good as is.
All right.
So,
Whew, there, we made it.
if something, how good is something really if it needs to be remade?
I mean, I suppose. I feel like there is an argument to be made, not necessarily for being remade. Like HD updates, I'm totally all about that because there are some games that could definitely use it. I mean, anything from fucking anything from that Final Fantasy VII era, first of all, could probably use that because those graphics don't age well, man. I mean, that's why I like that Ocarina of Time 3DS remake is so great. For that very reason.
That's a remaster.
Well, right, remaster, yes. I suppose I should be specific about that. Fuck. Hell yeah, I got a 1-up. Because I'm going to finish this game. Maybe.
You don't have much more to go.
Well, I've only got like 2 lives left, so I'm either going to finish or just end up dying.
You can continue, I'd imagine. Right?
These levels are actually getting challenging at this point.
But even like the difference between remaster and remake is kind of, a lot of games blur that line.
Yeah, they do. That's why a lot of people end up using the terms interchangeably.
Well, the way I view it is like The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for the 3DS, that was a remaster. Because none of the core mechanics really changed. They just updated the graphics. They made them nicer, they made them fresher, it was better looking. But as a whole, like the fundamental game, nothing really changed. Like it was the exact same shit. But then you look at like the Resident Evil remake for the GameCube. That's a remake. Because I mean, all of the assets completely rebuilt from the ground up. Nothing is the same. The one that gets kind of hazy, I would say, is probably Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes for the GameCube. Because you can make the argument that's a remake, but it doesn't really deviate from the core game. No, that's a that's a remake. Because it does deviate a lot.
So wait, what was Twin Snakes supposed to be a remake of? The first MGS? Or
Yes.
Okay. See, okay, I know zero about the Metal Gear Solid series. I've never played a single MGS game in my entire life, so...
It's you know, I normally would tell anybody that they have to go play that game. because when I played it, came out what 98? Came out in 98. So I was 13, 14 years old, and that was really the first game I looked at as like this is a narrative masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays I'm older and I'm realizing, okay, it was goofy. It was really full of itself. It loved smelling its own farts. It's Kojima.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So, I'm sure, like, I still consider it to be a great game, and if you really want to play it, there's a million different ways to do it. But nothing. There is no way I can tell you. There's no way that you would see it as good.
What
if you played it today, it's not going to be as good as it was if you played it 22 years ago.
Sure.
Like, it's not going to provide that same impact. It's not going to do the same thing. It's kind of even like playing Phantasy Star right now. You know, going back to Phantasy Star. Like, if I had played that in what came out, it was the first JRPG to be released in North America, as far as we consider JRPG. If I had played that in like 1988, 89, I think my mind would have been blown, right? We would have found a way to beat it.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Well, it's funny because I was actually thinking about that the other day after I finished it. I was like, holy shit, I just played through a fucking Master System RPG. That's crazy.
Yeah. Like the only good Master System RPG for
yeah.
Because Miracle Warriors is rough. I can't think of any other one. Sure, they're there. I mean, there's action RPGs, and they have good ones like Obelius and Golden Axe Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of traditional RPGs, I think it's just pretty much Phantasy Star and Miracle Warrior.
Yeah, I don't know. I was actually just caught really by surprise by that game. Like I didn't think I was gonna get as like sucked into it as I did, but like I told you, I started playing it at like 10 o'clock one night, and I was up until like a little after 2 o'clock, and I was like, holy shit, okay, I should probably go to bed.
Yeah, I completely get everyone right now who says it's a better game than Final Fantasy. Definitely, it's automatically a better game than Dragon Warrior and Dragon. Those games. Definitely revolutionary, but still a bad game.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, so far it looks like the bouncing on top of the boss strategy is still holding strong, even into level 5.
It looked like they were about to throw a wrench in your plans there for a minute. Like they spread out and were going to reform, and almost looked like you maybe had to think, and then it was like, nah.
That kind of does, like when it splits up like that. Like the what was it, a turtle, I think was the oh look at that, it's a Megazord. Okay, I fell through him. That's new. No, the boss for the last area kind of did that, where like he'd shoot missiles up out of his shell or whatever. But I still more or less just did the same thing. Although this guy's doing some pretty good damage right now.
So just for like kind of food for thought on
Yes.
this game. So this game, if this came out around the time that the PlayStation 1 was released, you can beat this game. What time is it? So we started this about an hour and a half ago. You can beat this game in about 2 hours.
Yeah.
So when this game was released, I think the appetite for that kind of game was dead. Like being able to beat a game in 2 hours, and that'd be it. Like $60 for a game that you could beat within the first day you owned it. Like, unless like you saw a lot of those games, but the difficulty for the games was designed that it'd be harder for you to do that. Like, this is an easy game.
Oh shit, we got a cutscene. You know, for someone called Baron Aloha, he's certainly very angry.
Ready to go?
Oh yeah, now you gotta fight him. Sound of work.
That's right. Shit's getting real.
But you know, I think one of the things that people don't talk about with the Saturn and why it failed is, you know, everyone points to the fairly obvious reasons about its price point, the fact that it had a shadow launch, the fact that it pissed off a lot of retailers. Like those are all legit things. Hard to program for, but at the end of the day, like it's Sega. So people knew Sega. They trusted Sega, kind of, a little bit. Maybe not after the 32X, and that's another problem with Saturn. But when you look at the Saturn's library, they're all short games. They don't the Saturn's big games that they were advertising at the time were arcade games. Like even when our family got a Saturn, the 3 games that came packed with it, Daytona USA, Virtua Cop, and Virtua Fighter 2, because that was one of their promotions that came with the system. The only game that you could really see lasting a while, is because it's a fighter and it's competitive, would be Virtua Fighter 2. Virtua Cop had limited playtime, you know, for $60. Daytona USA, it's a racer and it completely screwed you over half the time because it was an arcade game. But you look to the PlayStation, you had like Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal's going to take you a little bit because it's hard. You have to learn the mechanics. It's a new kind of game. It's a new kind of concept. You know, games that required memory cards were more prevalent on the PlayStation. That's how Sony. I think Sony really like this game is a terrible example of that, and I think kind of Sony's first lineup of games were endemic of that kind of problem that went into the beginning of generation. But Sony adjusted, and I don't think Sega really did. Because even Panzer Dragoon is an arcade game at heart.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, its best games wouldn't last more than a few hours. And Sony adjusted. I don't think Sega really ever did.
Did that? Okay, I think we mentioned this, but I don't remember. Did that Panzer Dragoon like HD remake or whatever? Is that out now?
Yes.
Is it any good? Because I heard some things about it that like it changed some stuff that people were not happy about.
Hardcore, like the hardcore Panzer Dragoon fans are not like it. But in general, people who I would say, no, I won't say that they're not liking it. They're split. I think they appreciate the fact that it exists as one side of it, and the other side, if you want to look at it objectively, I mean, it's probably better than the original just because time has happened and there's a lot more options you can do in terms of control. But if you played it back then, you're coming into it now, the charm is kind of missing. What the criticism is, and the fact that it's a very basic upgrade is another problem. Like a lot of the textures aren't fully realized or developed. Wow. But then again, it was like Sega didn't put a whole ton of money into it, and they gave it to a small development company out of Poland, from what I understand. I don't know if that's the case. I know who the development company. I don't know where they're at, but I heard it was out of Poland. I do have to follow up on that. But they didn't put a ton of money into it, so it looks like a budget title. I guess it plays like a budget title.
That's kind of a bummer. Like I had heard that I'd have to look. I haven't actually looked up any like YouTube videos about it or whatever, but I thought I saw something that said that like they changed the like the environments, like for the first level even, like apparently the environmental textures and stuff are very different from the original and like not in a good way.
That's subjective.
Yeah.
It's all subjective. Is there a difference? Yes. Is there a major difference?
No, like I think what you're talking about is like on the first level, you don't see the reflections of like the pillars in the water.
Mm-hmm.
The original Panzer Dragoon, it felt a lot more empty. Because like the technical limitation was just a technical limitation.
Oh my god, it's a Shadow Link fight. I have to fight the Shadow Robbit.
Get him!
So apparently the last 2 levels of this game are just boss fights then, probably.
Nice. There's just gotta jump on him. Just gotta jump on him.
That's what I'm trying to do, man, but like he's all over the place.
He can jump too.
I know. He's
no.
he's messing up my strategy. Although seems to be working. I'm not doing any damage to him, so I'm not really sure what I should be doing right now. But it seems safe.
This must be one of those like sectioned boss battles where you have to do certain things and he goes through phases. So right now he's throwing out baby bunnies at you.
Yeah, that's fine. I finished that phase. Now I'm wrecking his shit again. Oh, look at that. They figured out my strategy.
It's almost like they
Oh, but it still worked.
Oh.
Okay, well that was actually a lot faster. We're on to the last level of the game. I'm gonna finish fucking Jumping Flash tonight.
Yeah, but the biggest problem I had with I heard that was with Panzer Dragoon, and I did get a physical copy because of course I did.
Sure.
It's not here yet. I haven't played it yet. But the biggest problem is they were supposed to come out with a new remastered soundtrack, and it seems like they rushed it. So all of the music that's in there is ripped straight from the Saturn version. They're just gonna patch it in later. However, it does have the control scheme that we wanted to see.
That is a huge plus. I'm gonna be honest.
Anyway, you're about to get this game. Let's do this.
Also, I just want to point out that Dr. Aloha shoots those blue plasma balls out of his nipples. I feel like that should be something that is pointed out explicitly.
He's milking it. He's milking his time as a villain. Are you peeing?
Nah, man, those are lasers.
Oh. These bosses seem to be just like the weaker part of the game.
It really is.
Like that there's some creativity given to the level design and everything like that, but it seems like they wanted to get creative with these bosses, but they couldn't find a way to deter you from the obvious strategy
Of just jumping constantly. Yeah.
like this isn't even a hard thing to think about.
Nope, it's not. I mean, he's got different like abilities or whatever, but they kind of don't matter.
Like if like a 10-year-old played this game, this is what 10-year-old me would have done. This is something the developers should have known.
Well, I think his final form here actually does kind of alleviate that a little bit, because it looks like I can't bounce on him now that he's a fucking Rick and Morty head or whatever the fuck is going on here.
Yeah. Just wait till the final boss until we make it somewhat
Okay, well, that was it. Unless he's got a second form, I think he's dead.
That's not even his final form.
No, that's it. I think I just beat this game.
Oh wow. But did you beat it?
It's a good question. Oh, okay. Well, I'm flying off somewhere else.
You've only damaged my base slightly. Prepare yourself, Robert. Now
Uh-oh.
You ain't done yet.
I ain't done yet, huh? Wow. Game start. Extra 1. So it's like a game, it's like a new game plus? Huh. I'm gonna like, just gonna save state that right there. Okay.
Oh, they changed up the locations of the items. That's all.
Oh, is that all it is?
It says if you beat the game without continuing, did you continue?
I did not.
Oh, then you get super mode. In super mode, you can jump 6 times instead of 3. And you can run by holding L1 or L2.
Well, all right. Well, then, for all intents and purposes, I did beat the game, I guess, then, because these just seem to be like I said, new game plus modes to go through. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is a complete run through of Jumping Flash for the PSX.
Hooray!
Yeah, I didn't actually go into this expecting to finish this game tonight, but I also didn't realize it was this short. So
you can expect this to be our rapid fire review. Yes.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I might as well. Yeah, yeah. All right, cool. Well, I guess this is a good place as any to wrap it up then. So, for those of you that joined us live this evening, we thank you as always. And if you are watching this on our YouTube channel, then thank you for checking us out. And if you haven't, then feel free to smash that like button. And,
subscribe!
That's right. And if you haven't already, you can certainly go out and check out our podcast, because that's the thing that we actually do.
Wait, we have a podcast?
Allegedly, yes. We record things and they end up on the internet, so I'm going to call that a podcast, but yeah, just look for Retro Hangover, and if you want to make it super easy, you can just go to bit.ly, that's bit.ly/GORHP, GoRHP, and that'll put you on a landing page on your mobile device where you can select your favorite podcatcher, and it'll put the show right in there for you. It basically does all the work, so feel free to check that out. We just had our Final Fantasy VII episode come out recently with 2 special guests. And that episode's actually gotten a lot of pretty good traction, so definitely check that out. No Dick Dragon that time around, but you know, that's okay. If anything, that proves that means we can do just as well, you know, even if we don't have it. So we're versatile, if nothing else. Oh god, I think my emulator was dying. But at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up, I think, for the night. So, Chris, you got anything you want to throw in before I shut this thing down?
Yeah, everyone, follow me on Instagram at Zodiac. Follow us on Instagram at Retro Hangover, and any of our social media sites where you can type in Retro Hangover. We are there.
That's true.
And just go check us out. And, of course, we always have the Patreon. You can check out our Patreon at bit.ly/RHPatron. And there's also a merch store where you can get some really cool fucking merch. And I love the merch. I wear the merch. I use the merch. And that is bit.ly/RHPmerch. It is glorious. And that's all I really got, Shane. So until next time, I will play at my jumping bunny rabbit fucking joysticks. How about that?
Hell yeah.